Welcome back. Today we're doing some more animation. We did a episode on a stream here on Saturday? No, Sunday. Sunday, where I did a more or less a sketch up of like some line work for an animation for a someone in the POG Discord that wanted a alert GIF, and it's me more or less just learning how to having fun with actual drawing again and doing some animation. I do animation as a work, but I don't really know too much about 2D animation. So it's more or less me having a go at it. I'm using a software called OpenToonz, and OpenToonz is very much different from what I'm used to. In 2D, 2D animation has more or less just been me drawing in Photoshop and saving as a timeline thing there. It's been weird. It's been good. It's been interesting. I'm really enjoying it, and I really want to do more of it. But today, we are going to jump back into this little animation we started on last Sunday. There's a few touch-ups I really want to do before we do anything. If you see the animation I have here, I'm gonna start playing it. I actually want to loop it. There we go. So we have an animation here of a character waving, right? And if you see the area right here, around the arm, I wanna edit that. I wanna edit this arm a little bit so it's not too flappy. I want to reduce that to more just one pose of the arm going a little bit up and down, but not too much as it's doing right now. Might also want to increase the hand size a little bit. Also here, I'm going to show you guys on this frame right here. I feel the arm is a little bit too much bent like this. Oh. That's the brush, right? Yeah. I feel the on the whole wrong side here. See here, that's on black here. The arm here is very much on an angle. I don't want that. I want the arm to be more or less straight, or even a little bit overshot a little bit. So maybe going down a little bit. It would very much help create the feeling of a proper wave, because currently it looks like just the upper arm is moving. I don't want that. I want the whole arm to move. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to focus on here. And something happened here. I didn't want that. So there we go. I made a background color layer here, which I'm not going to use. It was just for me to be able to actually, why not just keep the size, keep the whiteness there. It was just me trying to export this in with the white background. I had to make like this background layer. So let's just lock that so we don't do anything with it. Okay, let's jump in to this. We started off with a reference last time, and this reference here, as you can see, is very much a loose little animation. And from that we ended up working our way to an outline of the character we're making. The character we're making is based on Kit Kat's little character, Kada, which we are at some point going to end up with. I don't know how long it would take me. Usually I don't take this long animating anything, but it's a learning process for me, so that's just something we need to experience together, I guess. Let's see here. I have touch off, so I don't need that. Let's fix this little frame here right first. Let's also put on our... Actually, is there a way to turn down the opacity? I'm gonna get my Chrome open because I'm gonna Google a lot of stuff with this. Let's see here. OpenToonz. Onion skin opacity. How do I do that? Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. Like, it's probably going to be something with a preference tab. But where's the preference? Where's our preferences? It should be an edit, right? Let's see. Help? No. Window? No. Here either. It should be somewhere around here, right? Project management, maybe not. There we go. Preferences. Control U. Okay, so we probably want to do customer preferences. Onion skin. Do we oh, they have a actual thing for onion skin here. You want the paper thickness? Yes. We want this to be green. We want this to be red. Yes, please. File 3 from the bottom. It's the same, by the way, Midnight. Are you talking about a help here? File 3 from the bottom. What do you mean? Oh, the colors, you mean? This? No, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to lower the opacity on my onion skin. Yeah, the fourth one, that's the onion skin right there. I'm trying to figure out which one is the transparency. What happens if I reduce the paper thickness to 20? Nothing. Keep that to 50 then. Is this a red, green, blue? Is that red, green, black? That's blue. Actually, let's instead of keeping that green, I really want to keep that at pink and magenta, because that's more what I'm used to. But I'm still wondering if there's any way to do the opacity. Onion is very problematic for me to have it like this. This is the onion skin, right? This is where it should supposed to be. Oh, alpha. Okay, I found it. I found it my own. The alpha here is what we want. We want like this. We don't want it to be blue, we want it to be green. Like that. A bit green in it. There you go. This is full color, this is alpha, right? It doesn't look like it changed anything to me. There's not a menu on the slider, I guess. The shift U or control U? Shift U. Or control U? Yeah. I'm gonna change. What if I move this background color? No, it's still the same thing. I'm gonna turn that back on. Right? This is full color and this should be transparent, but I just want opacity. Anyway, let's keep that back full up here. You can actually see it. I just don't want it to be as harsh current, because it's hard to me to differentiate all the different colors. I know other drawing programs do have something like this. OpenToonz, onion. The only information I do find is literally, well, here's the onion skin, this is how the onion skin work. Doesn't tell me anything about what I really want. Or what I really want, but I really want. All the replies is in Russian, that's always helpful. The video here, anyway. If that doesn't work, we'll just work with it, right? Okie dokie. Anyway, in that case, we'll just keep this, and S was for targeting, it's fine. And then we would just want to grab this and extend out. This is more or less just what we want to do with this. We just want to extend that out fully. And then we just go back to brush. Where did my pen go? Here's my pen. And let's draw this back. By the way, Midnight, how are you doing? Feel like it's ages since we spoke. Even though we do text generally on the Discord, but how you been? And there's our second issue. Actually, maybe we did a little bit too far here. And increase this one instead. Now we're just on frame 10 instead of 9 while we're extended this, because we feel like this one is taking more of our interest. How you been? My day's been very stressful, actually. Been at work today. We had some issues with the rig we were making, and all of our animators, like very few of us, know how to proper rig in Maya. So all of us were just stumped with a few issues that occurred, where the blend shapes didn't do what we wanted it to, and it was more or less just taking over control of the rig, or the actual skinning. So every time we looked and tried to figure out what was the issue with it, we were told, oh, we should look into the layer order, you can call it, like what gets affected first. And apparently the skinning is supposed to be affected on like the last priority on top of everything in the hierarchy, and it didn't want to move. And we realized later on that our fault was that we had ungrouped the hair from the face, so it didn't really want to work with us. So that was a problem. and I couldn't for the life of me make it work the way I wanted it to. But in the end of the day, we did manage to get it. I did manage to solve it, but that takes up all the time I want to do actually making blend shapes and get back into animating. And we learned that we have so many more characters to actually animate afterwards. Or actually rig. We have some new characters coming in that we need to get rigged. So it might be that I'm getting put on priority on that instead of actual animation. I don't really like, but it's fine. It's what it is. Hey Ear, welcome back. I am doing a little bit of animation. So I'm doing a bit of scribbling, a little bit of drawing. I am drawing a GIF of a friend of mine's alert, follow alert, or like subscription alert, where someone comes in and the character starts drawing or waving. And I'm more or less just touching up on what we did last Sunday. And that is extending the, overextending the arm a little bit. So when it comes down here, the arm used to be up here almost, which made that it looked like the arm was very robotic and didn't actually bend the elbow at all. So I'm trying to increase that a little bit. I might actually do an overshoot here, which means that I'm going to extend it more than it should be. Like here. Probably take this and overextend it. This is what you call an extreme posing. Because usually in life, you cannot extend your arm more than this, right? But if you look very closely at like slow motion of people throwing balls or grabbing stuff or throwing, especially in baseball, you will see that there is a weird bend that's not supposed to be there. And we're gonna make that happen very quickly, and we're gonna make this look very, very fluid. And hopefully you can't really notice that much, because it's just one frame, right? But the second problem we have here is that we have so many frames all the way up here. 1, 2. This we might also want to change a little bit. Let's take this and join that. So this is more like a hangout stream today. It's not going to be like me doing super important stuff. So it's going to be just me hanging around talking shit. I might talk a little bit about animation just to process it through my head, what I'm doing. See what happens if you decrease the frames a little bit to like 8, 9. That's slow. Let's say 16 quicker. There seems to be a miss here somewhere. So it probably is this last frame here. Because this frame and the first frame is probably very close together. So, you guys' day been? I said mine's been very stressful. I've been working hard at work, new job, new software. This is also new software for me. I haven't touched hand-drawn animation before, so this is very much just me jabbing at it. It's called OpenToonz. If you look in the name of the stream, I actually do name it there. It's a free software if you want to pick it up yourself. You might need a few more frames in between if you're going to do like this, but see what happens if you go back to like 24 frames, because this is way too quickly. Well, I remember a question I had for a while ago. Why do anime characters do a full arm wave to people when they are right before them instead of... That is comedy, really. It's exaggeration. That's an exaggerated movement. It increases the person's personality. It increases the feeling of how they act. It's overacting, more or less. It's nothing to do with anime specifically. It's very much to do with any kind of animation that wants to make it a little bit snappy, make it quick, make it fun. It takes your it grabs your attention. Like you see, this one reference here, the character is very much overextending to say goodbye. You would never, like, you might see a child do this in real life, but it's very much exaggerated. And even Joy here from Pixar, as I'm just using a reference, the exaggeration, it drags more, it drags from reality and more away from reality, because you don't want to have exact real life movement, because that looks almost fake in 2D. It looks a little bit too realistic. It looks like you like taken someone's movie and just drawn over it, and that we don't want. My day, well, I tore apart 2 PC and built one PCB part from my old PC. I'm now reinstalling, downloading stuff for streams and shooty stuff. I thought you were gonna have one of them in your bedroom. I know what we're missing. We're missing a frame here in between these. So let's do an add in a frame here. Okay. Oh no. I want to add one in between here, how do I do that again? Not a new level. I want to set the frame. Insert frame. Probably is a better way to do it. Let's get our onions back in. And just do a quick drawing in between, because I want to have a second arm here. That's what happened. What I want right now. Let's keep what we have. Good loose and quick, because that was one of my issues with last week or last stream, is that I spent too long when I should be spending time doing something else instead. This is not going to be the finished outline anyway, because we're going to draw something else above it later. So let's get this just straight in. The pick and these. I did actually watch some of that, Diva. It looks nice. Scribbly line here. He doesn't. If you don't want to give her a ball chin, cleft chin. What do you call them? Is it cleft chin? It's called, right? Then you call it ball chin, like me. Like a Peter Griffin. It's a ball chin. This we had an issue with last time, right? Are we able to use this frame as to fix the ear we had issue with last time? You'd have an issue with it. I'll come back to the ear in a bit. I'm just gonna get this arm done. Want this arm to be here. And down here. Very poor arm. I'm very much more liking the pink and the light blue, because in back in the day they used to do in between framing with red and blue pens in traditional animation, just to be able to spot them better. And then when they put it underneath the light board, they would be able to trace it with black pen, which was the final sketch, if that makes sense. At least that's what I remember. I had a friend of mine that was very much into animating on traditional and even drawing, really, and she used to use that. I have a reference here for the arm, so I'm just gonna continue with my claw arm. Wrist might be a little bit thin. Is that? There we go. See if this feels better. My issue here, I see it. Take this overexposed arm and retract it and push it up again. This is not where the overshoot should be. This is where it's supposed to come up. So let's overshoot it. Bring it back up this time. I'm not gonna do as a long stream this time as I did on Sunday, majorly just because I don't have the time. I've been very bad since the weekend to get to bed way too late. Get rid of this blurry little line. And next, this guy. This is the guy that's supposed to be up here. Because if you see this frame, it's too far away. And you have this frame afterward, which is even further up. So this should technically be... here, I guess? Now we have the issue with the arm not extending enough anymore. So turn this one off and turn off my onion skinning so I can actually see what I'm doing. Even though it was a nice arc on this, and I think it needs to extend more. It's leading with the arm instead of leading instead of leaving. Here, for overshoot. This is the last frame we have. Arm down, so this is where the overshoot's actually supposed to be. The one we put on frame 10. Let's see how that looks. Thought it was standing there for a little bit too long. You just literally have a double frame there. It holds there for a little bit too long. I like it, and I don't like it. It's 9 and 10, which is the culprit. See that? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do, instead of just the elbow, I'm gonna take the elbow and the arm. I want the arm to actually stay where it is. Rotate it backwards a little bit. Now we have 10 and 11. Might help if you take the last frame with us. Right? Why do you not want to grab with me? I'm stuck. Why don't you not want to do shit? Problem with new programs, right? You don't know. That's why it's locked, right? That's why. Haha. It was locked. Why are you like this? Hee. You're doing it, ma. Try not to grab the head there. Arm stays down here for too long. I like it. Like the position is fine. I just want the lower arm to be doing more stuff. Or the upper arm, really. This part. Stuck for here too long. That's what I think. How's that look? I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. So I'm gonna do something we usually don't do. I'm gonna take and just open recent file and just reopen it again without saving it. And that means that we are back to square one. That was an arm, apparently. It's my arm. A save at some point? Oh, it was probably an autosave or something. Yeah, see, it's overshot there. I don't want that. Let's just fix that right now. So here, let's grab this. And up we go. In between that. It's gonna be cheeky here and do a copy. My arm now. You live here now. Having fun with twist ties and cable management. Cool, cool. I hope I will be able to join you in something like that soon. I'm saving up to get my own new PC at some point. It's gonna be a while though, because it's terrible getting new PCs nowadays. It takes ages. Down. They're about the same point. I don't want that. I'll take this here. I'll rotate it down a little bit again. I want the up motion to take longer than the down motion, if you get what I mean. I'm using OpenToonz. It's a name in the stream title. It's a free software. It's very simple to get into. All you need to bring with you is your lovely self and a little bit of dedication, really. There you go. This looks good. Now we just need to fix this this opacity thing that happens when I... Oh, it's not an opacity thing. It's called restoration, which means that every time you move something, it rasterize the selection, because it's literally creating pixels where there weren't before, because you're rotating it. It's something that I've learned the hard way from working with pixel art over the last year, is that you cannot actually rotate pixels. You can only move them. And to do that smoothly, you need to create new pixels. And that's where this gray comes from. Okay, that actually looks better. I think like it flips here too much. Where does that flip come from? From here, doesn't it? Keep this in between those two, and I need to remember I have an arc I need to follow here, so let's keep this arc flowing. I don't understand these controllers for this of this app. It's very hard to use. Yes. I said I opened this program for the first time on Sunday. I've never touched hand-drawn animation before that. All I've ever done is make very simple animations in Photoshop. That's all for 2D I've ever done. I've done pixel art, I've done 3D art for many years, but I've never actually touched 2D art before, or 2D animation. So far, this panel down here, this is your layers slash frames. These 3 layers down here, these are your layers. You can create as many as you want by using this button on the corner here. You can make a raster layer, which is pixelated lines, or you can use a vector level if you want to use that. That's very much the same as flash animation and so on. These are your keys. These here. Every one of these keys has a frame, or frame and keys are the same for me, really. Everyone has a drawing for me right now. So I have a drawing. I have a one-stop drawing right now. I have a drawing per frame. So because it's very few drawings, that's why it looks very choppy. Here you have your frame rate. I can go back to 24, which is the natural for speed, and that makes it very quick. So I'm gonna just lower it down a little bit. I'm not gonna actually need that many frames. You make the drawing yourself? This one? Yes, I've drawn this. I'm taking reference from... I have a different monitor right in front of me. I have my TV straight in front of me here, where I have a few references from like one anime, one I found on Google. I have my avatar, which is a drawing that Kit Kat, the person that's going to receive this GIF in the end. She drew this lovely picture. She does a lot of art streams, so if you do want to join our Discord, and make sure that you join her when she goes live. It's on the POG Discord. I'm gonna draw this character out of this. This is what the end goal is. So we're gonna make it very, very flat. We're gonna like flat colored, very, very bright. We gotta do some hair animation, clothing animation. So getting clothing in today, that's my actual goal. But for right now, I am touching up stuff that needs to be fixed. I'm looking at you, left hand. This is beautiful, but it's too much. So I'm gonna stop this there, and I'm gonna find my favorite frame. I'm gonna keep 3 frames, and then we're gonna delete the rest actually. I'm not gonna delete it like that, am I? Am I stupid? Don't answer that. I know I'm stupid. Just gonna delete his arms. Gonna draw them again. Actually, I'm gonna copy them really, but that's just me. Saving time today, because last time we did a lot of saving last time. Oh, we did a lot of like just drawing last time. So today we are gonna keep saving frames really. Yeah, I want to keep you on so I can see, not you, but you. If you wonder what I'm doing to get all of these lines, right here, right next to our marker, I have, you can click on 2 layers up and down. The one that is down is what's called an onion skin. The onion skin is what you will call it's a layered animation, a flip book, you mean, like the drawing that is before and the drawing that is after. My blue line is what is in front of me, while the red line is what is behind me. I should probably do it the other way around, but I kind of like having the pink being behind me. It doesn't matter what color they are. I change the colors myself. So, but the above that is taking a frame and pinpointing it. So I want to see the frame, or the first or the second frame, always in the scene. It's not going to be front or behind, because you see that the other audience skin only shows what is in front of the marker, while this is always showing. Because I want to see that arm. I want to keep that arm, because that's a beautiful arm. So we're going to take this. S for selection. We're going to cut it. We're going to paste it into frame 4. And we're going to take it again, and we're going to place it into where the arm is. And you're just going to reuse frames, really. We're going to make this a 2-frame. A 2-framer is where you have 2 drawings per frame. It's fluidity versus shoppiness, really. And 2 frames is very much what you would call an anime style, like very choppy, very snappy. Doesn't really change all too much. That's why you see like animes can post up a new like a weekly series or whatever, because they have so much time saved here and there, rather than a Disney movie that would take so many million pieces of paper to get a proper drawing. I think Disney did 24 to 30 pages per, or drawings per second. That's a lot of them, and that was for the old style cartoon. And nowadays you can see people are doing like 60 frames, 120 frames. It's not the same when it comes to, it's still going to be the same in drawing, but I do not like this claw here anymore. I'm going to remove this. Let's draw these in real quick, shall we? I'm gonna draw fingers at some point, but I like doing mittens to begin with, which is my preference. hide you. I don't need you in my life right now. His arm comes up a little bit. Keep our volume. And next frame. I get this into frame so you know where it is. There. Want to have a little bit longer fingers here than what I had. Push his thumb out a little bit. And thumb not helping anybody. Like that does not look like a hand. That looks like a shoe. Does this look? Yeah, it looks better. It looks better than what we had. Because I want the arm to be... It's still there. It's still different. I need to fix up the thumb. But especially these long lines here. Let's get rid of my onion skins real quick. We like an ogre. We need layers. Alright? We don't need that many. So don't need an ever-growing thumb. There you are. There you go. It's gonna change, but now I'm at least happy with the wave. We don't have the issues I had with the arm being all floaty. I'll show you a before and after picture. Give me 1 second while I'm gonna get it up. So we had our previous version here. I'm gonna put it here while we move a little bit. You see here, the arm used to be very wavy. We don't want that. We want it to be very still. We don't want to take... This is taking up too much attention. You're looking at the arm too much, right? And here, the arm was not extending fully. It looked like it was stuck a little bit. So we fixed that by overextending an arm a little bit. We were working if we needed another frame or not, but I think we did a good job on it. Yeah, that is... what we started with, and that was what we've done for the last maybe an hour. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of my drink. Then we are gonna start sketching in some clothes. It's gonna be fun. What should we do here first? No, let's do clothes. I want to see the clothes. So want to make a new level. I'm gonna do a raster layer. Okay. Change the name of that. Old sketch. And let's give this a different color, shall we? Let's give this a kind of a purple bluish, maybe. Pink. You guys like pink? No, let's go green. Just so we have a nice color to work with. We don't want to go full color. We want to go something lighter like this. Let's see how it does look. Let's keep this as clothes. Yes, yes, yes. How did we do the opacity on the other layer here? The opacity somewhat with the this layer here, but I can't remember what we did. We collapsed it. Not what I wanted. Oh, there it is. Here's our opacity. Let's put this to a nice 40, shall we? Okay, so we have it in the background and we can focus more on our actual clothing. Actually, let's down it even further, a little smidgeling. There we go. And let's start on our sketch. So for the clothing, I'm going to put it up here. You have a long dress. We're not going to see this long dress, but I'm going to add some of it anyway. And this long dress, I'm thinking, going to sway a little bit. We have this shoulder, this little thing over the shoulder that's going to take up a little bit of tension. And we have this piece in the middle, so it goes into a V shape here. Then we have a tight-fitting clothing here. And we just have this little side of this, something that's going to look like a skirt when we're done with it. So, how will it start, shall we? Let's start with the this piece up here. It's gonna be a sketch though, so we're gonna make it loosey-goosey right now. This is where it's gonna fall in. This is gonna be tight on the top. And together here. Probably around here, I think it's gonna be where it meets in. Not the best drawer in the world, I'll just have to excuse that, but that's just gonna be c'est la vie. I'm thinking a little bit too much here. And it's gonna start with something like this. It would be nice to see the front of her also, but like this. And same to this layer, but here it's not gonna be as straight line. It's gonna be more of like a curve up here because this is looser, right? It's gonna still be up here. Give it a little bit of a nice S curve here, and this is gonna be fallen quite a bit. It's gonna still be attached here, but it's gonna fall a little bit and still keep like this. Have her inside of the shirt here. Have the shirt coming. Just thinking which way it's gonna sway. So I'm gonna use this arm as a pendulum. So while this arm is up, the shirt's gonna flow like this way. So it's gonna be flowing here, and it's gonna be more or less straight on this side, right? So it's gonna be more of this shape, and you have the arm going up that way, and this coming down with it. That's what I'm thinking at least. And then we're gonna have some creases coming around, shaping the leg, and making a little bit fold here and there. That's the idea at least. This is gonna be tight, and here we're gonna have a little bit of loosiness. I think that's already frame 1 done. And we're just gonna tie this up with the inside here. Next frame, I want our onion to be showing. Well, that's because we already have a... Whoop. I don't want to see that. Why is this filtered like this? Hydrate. I'll do that in a second, Eve. I'm just gonna figure out what's happening to this little file here. Did I lock it somehow? I think I might have locked it. Another Google search while I sort out my drink. Because we have to figure it out ourselves. You see, this has like this I'm showing visibility on the wrong layer, and I don't like it. Only when I do onion skin too. I didn't have this issue with the ref file. Is it because this is... Let's collapse this, see what happens. Hi Frederick, how you doing? I'm doing some I'm doing a chill stream today. How was your Arma stream? I'm having an issue. I'm trying to figure it out. Heyo. Frederick. Yeet yeet yeet. Let's do a little bit of shout out. Frederick. He was playing Arma. Fucking things not working as intended, so yes. Oh no, I saw you were working on something in like with the tank or something. Let's see, I need to Google something here. OpenToonz, onion, opacity. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to keep this as is, right? This just turns everything to max and I don't want it. I wanted to keep its opacity without going full ham. Max? Oh, it's the max opacity of the frame here. As you see, this is supposed to be transparent, right? I'm trying to just have a look at my clothing, but I cannot do that if I'm having to watch. If I have to watch like my drawings all the time too. I think we have to. Why not? Just fuck it. What we do now, we just drawing clothes. How was it in previous? It hasn't really moved that much, so we're gonna keep this. This is OpenToonz. It's a free-to-use open source frame-by-frame animation software. If you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely have a look. It's brilliant. Here, right here, it will actually come into a different color. So what we're doing, if you haven't noticed, I'm just drawing clothings right now on top of the animation. And then I'm gonna make this sway from one side to the other. But for now, just make it work. Where the extension is gonna be full side. I'm gonna loosen this up later on. It says to change opacity, there should be a column with the yellow button on the top. A column with the yellow button on the top. Make it transparent, and if you click and hold, it will give you transparency. But you're talking about this thing. Yes, the transparency is there, but if I put transparency on the thing underneath it, it doesn't really matter if I have the onion skin on. The onion skin, these things, if I have these on, the onion skin just rendered 0. I don't want that. I didn't have an issue with that when we were doing this. I think it's a button I must have pressed or something. Save. Should be almost the same spot. Actually, we are doing a little bit wrong here. Oh. We are reducing its volume, which I shouldn't be doing. It should be falling down a little bit more. Here, for example. We lost all our volume. Should be all the way down here. And then we just need to repeat the process for a few more frames. Like the arm is starting to go back again, so we are slowly going to see the skirt here changing its contour and going back down. And slowly move to the other side. I really don't like this line here. It's not supposed to go upward. It's not supposed to bow like this. It's supposed to go this way almost. Because that's bad. Just bad. It's supposed to go like show her volume, not give her volume. I mean. It's just basic symmetry, really, because if you think perspective, you don't think a cylinder looks like this, right? This is not a cylinder unless you look at it from a specific angle. A cylinder will be shaped like this, and that will be the shape you have of her stomach, with more coming up this way, right? So, and then you literally, well, technically you have here, and then you have more or shape coming on this way. This will be shirt, skirt. This will be where the clothing comes in. This will be a cylinder, so it should also be drawn that way. Quack. Hi, ducky. Yeah, it's what it is, because it might not be a big software I'm using. It's just free and simple to use. So there might not be too much forum post on it. Let's see here. Let's continue. Next frame. Save. Now we're gonna see, slowly see more volume coming back into the side here before it starts falling down. Load the fluid it ended up. How fluid it ended up? You mean like the hands and so on? The animation overall, thank you. Like, it's gonna be nice to see how it is fully clothed and fully sorted in. You're just gonna get the clothing in, and then we're gonna get the hair in. Gonna touch up on the ears, and then some more stuff afterwards. See if we can get the tail in. There's a tail too. Wow. If you don't know, this is Kata. This is a friend of mine's avatar that she uses for her. She did in one of her art streams. She also does more art than I do. She's also slowly getting into animation. This is an animation she did. She couldn't wait for me to make anything. I'm using that as a reference. I'm very much shouting her out, but she definitely deserves it. She's a very good artist. Me, on the other hand, I'm not an actual... I do animation. I work as an animator. I work as an animator for a game studio. But I don't really do art like this that much. It's very much 2D. I'm not proficient in. I'm very much... like a games animator with 3D and computer stuff. It's more like puppeteering than this. But during my schooling, when I went to school, I got taught how to animate traditionally. The theory is the same, more or less. The theory of animation is very similar. There's a few steps you don't need to know your step keys, for example. You don't need to know that much of fluid drawing. That's like an animator's point for... oh, I'm losing volume here. That's a very much of a 2D thing. For me, in animation in 3D, it's more about realisticness or likability and appeal, and very much of timing and fluid motions, more or less. Well, I'm gonna love to see how this this dress looks in the end. Quack. It was lurking yesterday. Oh, you mean on Sunday when I was doing my animation? Actually, the start of this animation. Fix my sway here a little bit. So we have our proper This doesn't look like a good line. You need to have a good pose. In drawing especially, you have 3 kind of lines. You never have a straight line unless it's a robotic machinery or you need a perspective. Nothing in life is ever truly straight. So you want to keep like smooth curves, like not that, but like curves, right? It's like a smooth line. I'm not doing it justice. Or you want an S shape, like you want an S shape. So here, for example, the character here, we have a curve on this side, and then we have an S curve coming down here. That creates motion and tension, like stuff moves in fluidity, right? And it comes back up. And you have her arm coming down this way, and that was very much caveman drawing, still. There might be something called onion skin that might have some settings for opacity. Yes, we were looking for that earlier, but don't worry about it, Frederick. We'll just work with what we have. I put it behind me. I don't care anymore. I'm just working with what I have. That's very much my motion with this. I do not care if there's a way. If I can't find it easily, I'm just gonna ignore it and work without it. The search continues. Oh shit, there's a line we don't need. Here we don't want upward curve, we want smooth lines. You might increase that line at some point as well, just to keep it nice and fluid. If you cannot do a nice curve, just redo and undo and redo and undo. It also helps if you rotate your hand a little bit or rotate the screen. I'm not going to rotate this. I feel like I'm taking her top off here. Right here. I don't want that. It's cute enough with him on. Yeah, I like that better. Right, next frame, do a save. Always save, even if you save over what you didn't want saved. That's what I say. That's what I saved, right? Arm is down here now, which means that we have more clothing. If you have trouble drawing clothing, I've realized I'm not the perfect artist, so don't quote me and stuff. But you always need to remember that a piece of fabric always have the same velocity. So if we have an anchor point, we have an anchor point here and we have an anchor point here, clothing will always have the tension here will always be the longest, right? And then it's gonna have the shortest here, and then it's gonna more or less have this hanging. So we'll have, say here, we're grabbing these two ends. We're gonna have this end coming down to this side. Then we're gonna have lots of like clothing hanging on one side and the other, and then it's slowly gonna hang down again. So my rendition of very terrible cloth. You have one point, it will hang low here, but it will be long down here. So it might be that's why if you hang it from just one side and let it fall, this will be down here this way, so this will be down here, and these sides will be the shortest. Hey Kit-Kat, welcome in. We're doing clothing today. I'm doing a little bit of very poor art teaching as well. Just not because people want to know, mostly because I need to tell myself this is what you're supposed to do, Oak. This is how you're supposed to do it. Now do it. Why aren't you doing it? You had a really good interview. Oh, that's good to hear. We fixed up the animation a little bit, by the way. We fixed the arm, so it's not as flappy. I didn't want it to take as much I didn't want it to take as much attention to your view. I extended the arm a little bit so it goes the full way out now. And then we have the clothing on. It'll look good when it's done. Floppy woppy ears. Yeah, I'm probably gonna change it a little bit, make it a little bit stiffer in the end. I'm planning on removing the circularness, so most likely I'm just gonna take the ears and I'm just gonna shorten them up like this. So it's more like it's not gonna be as wobbly, but it's gonna be still a little bit. So it's gonna be like this instead of this. This is gonna have a little bit of stiffness, especially here, because this is where ears tend to have their tendon, right? And this is more or less just skin. But from now, this outline is just for me to know where stuff is. And then we're adding a little bit of like a tilt to the fall to the shirt here as he comes in. It's the first time I've ever drawn clothing in animation. This is interesting to me and I'm enjoying it. Arm is going down, which means more fall. The S curve is coming a little bit downwards now, because the fabric always needs to have a place to. The fabric always needs to keep a volume, right? I feel like she's dancing with all this motion. Like I like this motion of like an action pose you have here. She's going like this down here, and then she has one that goes down to the leg and one that goes across to the other arm. It's like a smooth action. I like it. Oh, it's coming down. This is more or less halfway point before it gets to like the dead end, or the minimal trajectory point. I might actually take this clothing and keep it to one side a little bit and push it back out. Because how far away are we from the actual end? Yeah, here. This is where the arms or the clothing's going to be almost straight. Status report, I think I'm getting close to the case of thick boy onion. Ooh! Thick boy onion. Because I'm an onion man. We have layers. I think they only call it onion in OpenToonz, but in actuality you call it onion layering. Because it's a layer. Because what you do, you layer paper on top of each other, and then you see the different layer underneath through what you used to call a light board. Where you think of like the old, like the original 9 animators. I think I said 7 last time, but it's actual 9 old animator from Disney, and they had these amazing big tables with light coming up from it with a glass panel on top. So every time they put paper on it, you saw through the paper. And then they had like this mirror that was having from a lot of them had mirrors hanging from the side. You could use their own face as expression. If you don't know, I'm using the same technique right now. So when I'm looking straight into the camera, I have I can see on top of the camera there's actually a window there so I can see myself. And when I'm moving my hand like this, for example, I'm looking at that instead of looking at the actual hand. What's this interview for, by the way? What's this for your university or college, by the way, KitKat? And now we have more clothing points here, which means this will start falling a little bit. And we have more clothing hanging down. A new job. Ooh, congratulations. You think you got it? Did it tell you got it? Better get it. Did you, not asking what kind of job it was. You go in on Monday, but is it a job you would think you would enjoy yourself in? This is something I tell a lot of people that are looking for a job. A job interview is not just an interview for the employer to employ you. There's an interview for you to get to know if you want to work there or not. So never be afraid of asking questions when you're there. Even though you might not be hired because of it, that's a different thing. We did our first interview ourselves last year. We hired a programmer for to work for our studio. Very exciting, very frightening to hire someone and go through them. Even though we look ourselves as very like open and new age, and we are just like some dudes working in the studio, right? You might pay yourself, but we are just regular dudes. We don't want to be a big corporation. We're gonna be working with animals again. Wonderful. I don't think I could ever work with animals. I love animals, but I don't think I could work with them because I'm afraid for the animals. I don't know if I could. If you do some research on the company, you can then ask questions about it. That's a good shout, actually. So that you have a research on them, there's knowledge on the field. I have had interviews myself where I have gone to a job and I literally asked them, which job was this again? Because you need to remember that when like they call me and say, hey, you were chosen for this interview. And like, who are you? I can't remember you. I did like 60 applications today or this week. Who the hell are you? found it. To look through my eye and figure out which one it was called. Yeah, lots of times they just ask you, okay, just meet up and meet us at their office. Like, where's your office? Give me your address, please. Oh, it's only job application. Oh, fuck. Here we go. I've done my fair share of job application in my life. I don't want to do more. I think I'm at the point in my life where I might be secure for at least for time being. Or if I want to work somewhere, I could just ask someone if they need someone, or actually send out a portfolio somewhere and hopefully someone will grab it. But I don't think I need to go to normal cash registry or service jobs anymore, unless I don't want to do my stuff anymore. Did you DM on Discord when you like to change it? Oh, please, 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 please. Let's have a look. Frederick, this is Pornhub. Paper thickness, yes. I did play around with this last time. So in here, in preferences, Control U, we changed our color earlier today. I'll change this to 90 actually, see if that helps. Paper. More transparent to drawing display the on screen will be. Use previous frame corrections to the color. I can do this one, why not? And what we want to do, we want to keep this opacity on. It has very little to do with onion skin, Frederick. It has very much to do with the opacity of the layer being affected. Where did that come from? Added block term, you fuck. Why did you add that? Diva, please undo that. Because that's definitely something a lot of people use. I can't remember how to undo it now. It's like you will literally keep a lot of people in timed out because people say you fuck a lot. Thank you. Oh. Something happened here. I think I deleted something I shouldn't have. Even though this is a very pretty line, I'm gonna ruin it with my... Switch that from S curve to an actual curve now, a C curve. I think it's called a C curve. Are you sure it didn't do anything? I mean, for me it looks like the layers have changed. Well, the background here changed, yes. But what I need to fix is this, if I turn this off. The opacity of... I need to get the main part of this changed. But you might be right, actually. It might have changed the opacity of my actual onion skin. I don't mind that. I was looking for that earlier, actually, before you came in. Here? No. We fucked up. No worries. I was actually asking I was actually asking about that exact thing earlier in the stream before you came into from the raid, or came in with the raid, I mean. So it did fix some of my issues. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna look so pretty. Eh? Eh? It was a valiant, valiant would be the word for it, really. Bum, 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 bum. I might change the music here in a second. I may be fluent in speech, but I'm shit when it comes to writing. I'm shit when it comes to speaking too. If you've been in part of my Yakuza series, you would know that I'm terrible at reading. I'm also dyslexic, so I have an excuse, but it's not a valid excuse. I'm just shit. I might go in and change this line here, because I think this line might be pretty. I think you can see the difference here. So I'm gonna draw the last two frames here, and then I'm gonna go back and change it a little bit. I do like the volume of it, because I'm thinking it kind of like drapes over the breast a little bit. That means that on this side, this should actually come up like this. So I'm only gonna choose reducing this line to something thinner, which might be more more in line with the like the original drawing. It is now actually, fuck it. There's a button where you can go back where you, before you... Is there a button where you can go back before you draw something? What do you mean by go back? You mean put a frame... You mean like put the frame behind the one you're working on? Also, what are you drawing? If you... it looks like you picked up the software. What are you drawing? I'm very curious. Draw with me. You should do like a stream, or like a Discord stream at some point, wherever just draw and animate together in a like a video call. Undo, Control Z, yeah. If you want to erase anything you draw, E is for eraser, so you press the letter E. That will create a eraser tool. If you hold down the letter B, oh, it's not letter B. If you choose, oh, not letter B. So E for eraser, and then you use U and I. I is increase, U is decrease, and you can increase and decrease size of brush. If else you have it there, you also have your eraser tool right here. On your brush tool right here, if you're more like the clicky kind. Also, this is something very good if you have a drawing tablet. I think this is definitely what I should have done. How to be a digital artist, eh? 50 lines later, you got it. Money to charity. Clickety clack. Clickety clack, Erasmus ass. That's clickety clack, Erasmus ass. That's from Sword in the Stone, I think, from the Disney movie with King Arthur or something like that. You used to have that on VHS. If you want to erase a line, you press E. If you want to actually delete the frame, click the frame, and you see here, you can right click it, and you see you can delete it, or you can click the actual delete button. I'm using 2 keys, by the way, here to go back and forth between my stuff. You can use your arrow keys, that goes actually frame by frame. Or you can use your comma or punctuation button, and that will go between each drawn frame. So if, for example, you are here, like me, I have one big frame here with a white background. If I can go back and forth, or I can click next, will literally take me over here if I had the frame on that space, but I don't. Just sharing what I've learned so far. Most softwares actually uses punctuation and comma for skipping frames. So if you are interested in learning different softwares when it comes to animation, that's a key binding you should learn, using dot and comma. This doesn't look right. This looks more right. I'm drawing just like a random character, I'll just start to get used to it. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's what my initial thing here was all about. I started with this drawing, just to get used to it. And then I used that as a reference for my my wolf girl here. Now I'm adding clothing. And then on top of clothing, we're gonna add something called follow-throughs, leading frames, and secondary actions. So I'm gonna make a here. She has 2 very long pigtails, which is gonna sway quite a bit. So I'm gonna show you guys that. It's gonna very much be wobbly, like just like the ears here. I'm guessing the programs also have a pressure sensitivity on the pen. Yes, it does. That's exactly what U and I is for. So I is for increasing the size of the brush, while H and J is for increasing the minimal. Look, you see here, I'm making a donut. So that's a minimal size pressure and a maximum size pressure. So when I'm drawing, I can make it big, but it will always be the smallest, right? It will always stand next to the minimal. So I'm gonna put that down, and now I can create very thin, and if I put pressure in it, I can make it very big. A lucky bug. I like pressure sensitivity. That's the only reason I'm really using a drawing tablet, is to get that pressure sensitivity. Also, I really like drawing straight on the tablet. Who doesn't? What do you draw with, by the way, KitKat, when you are doing your art streams? You're still in chat. Have a little bit more of a hang here. Zag. You are using, let me guess before I read anything. I think you are using a tablet, maybe an iPad or something. I think you were using something like what's the software called again? Not Infinity, but something Procreate or something like that. Affinity or Unprocreate, that's the one I'm thinking of. Also, Air, if you press P, that is for play, and you'll play it once. Have no stream activity. Is my stream actually on? It is. Yeah, my activity feed from Streamlabs just stopped working for some reason. So I cannot see if anyone subscribes or anything. Can I reload that? There you go, it's reloaded. Yeah, I saw the reload feed on the thing. I just clicked it now. I wasn't sure because I saw it and I thought, oh no, have I been like offline for a little bit? Hope not. What the hell is this hideous line here? He trying to do S lines, but messing it up. Yeah, stream is on. Refresh it, top left. Yes, we fixed that. Well, it's nothing compared to when I'm being muted. Oh, dude, I was unmuted for 2 streams once. I found out in the end of the second stream that I've been muted. And I also found out once I was in sub or emote only. No, sub only for at least 3 streams. Because of this bot I was using to not get like hate rated when I'm offline. But seeing how you work in game industry, I would assume you have an artist in the group that you could ask tips from. No. I'm the artist. We have another artist, but he's a 3D artist. He doesn't really draw. It's different now, though, because as I said, I'm in a new job. I'm actually working in a team with other animators. And we even have a 2D animator in the group, but I don't really talk too much to her Funny thing, she used to be my teacher back in when I did my bachelor. I was a teacher, but she was a tutor assistant, a teacher's assistant back then. Which I'm very scared of, because I wasn't really the best student. I was very, like, in my third year, I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't getting taught what I needed to be taught, and I was just like crappy altogether. And I was more about doing other stuff than actually studying that much. I really knew that I wanted to do animation. The only problem is that I wasn't taught how to do animation until my master year, as I mentioned last stream. Is they just told us how to use a software, or not. A lot of students didn't even get told how to use the software. It was like, here's your options, go learn. See you in 2 years when you're gonna show us what you learned. And then they had like lectures 2 times a week, only 2 times a week, where they told us this is what people like. One day was like show and tell. The second day was yeah, we're gonna teach you something, but nothing important to your actual education. It was more about, yes, this is what SIGGRAPH is. This is something like that. Here, let's watch a short film, and we can talk. You guys can talk in between you guys, and then that was it. And in my master years, we found, like, my master years was beautiful, man. Like, I learned everything I know from animation is something I've picked together from my years during my masters. Because they said, they went through the attitude that we are gonna unteach you everything you've learned so far and build you up at a rapid speed. Like, here, let's push 2 years into 1 year, and then afterwards you're just gonna be in so much shock you don't know what to do with it. So then you need to learn more. Well, fuck, I guess this is semi-awkward with web development B. I did graphic design bachelor's as well, actually. 3 years of 3 years of graphic design, as well as 3 years of actually 4 years. I did a bachelor in computer character animation, 3D software, and so on, and film production. And then there was my master's in character animation, or computer character animation. Then I did a full 3 more years to do my graphic design degree. Which I'm not really using too much now. It's just like, what I've learned from it is more or less holding skills that I sometimes use. Like, I've been better at drawing because I was doodling more. I was more I know more about color theory now. I know about making logos. I did that for a living for a short while too. It was the reason why I got this, because we started a company and I didn't have money to pay for my rent, so I thought, let's student loan pay for it. And if my company didn't work out, I'll just get a job as a graphic designer back in Norway. Problem solved. It's hard to get an actual career in game design or animation or whatever in Norway. They don't really have that many jobs about it. Remember, no, Norway. I'm from Norway, but I live in the UK and work in the UK. Our web tech literally spent the first 2 weeks of school, 4-ish lessons for 1.5 hours, on telling about his life. Jesus. And then spent like 1.5 months telling us how color looks different depending on light on the screen. Damn. That should be not even mentioned, dude. Have you ever experienced with making emblems, patches for militaristic shit? Making emblems for militaristic shit. You mean like how they like make camo and so on? No, I don't think so. I feel bad for Silly. It has a bit of it us Brits. Shoulder patch. No. I don't really know too much about it, really. Never been too much into military myself. Had to more or less force myself out from being drafted, really. I showed up and I didn't want to, and they say, "Oh, you're going," and oh no, I don't want to. No, you're going. Until I went to the doctor, and literally tell them, "Please don't make me go. I don't wanna. I want to study. I don't care about military. I don't care about my country. Fuck my country." Sorry for everyone that are very into military in the country and stuff, but not me. It's not my jam. I want to do myself. I'm an egocentric little sad man. I ended up I didn't have money back then, and I had shoes that was falling apart. And I remember because I literally had duct taped the front of my shoe together so the sole wouldn't fall off. And the doctor noticed it, and he said, like, if I ever see you again, I'm gonna buy you shoes. I'm like, thank you. When can we meet and give me shoes? They're expensive. Is where you want the dress to be swaying the opposite side, I think. Not for much though, because it's gonna be just for a moment. Oh shit. All pressure was activated. Sergeant Silly? No. It would be private. Because suck my private, right? I have my moments. I'm feeling that more I'm drawing this now, I'm getting more and more loose with my lines. you have problems doing lines, and you find your lines being very like squiggly like this, try drawing quicker, like quick snaps. It tends to make your drawing very much lighter. But if you have issues, because for example when I'm so zoomed in right now, getting a quick line from one side to the other, especially with if it's this way, see, I can't do that. I need to either step back a little bit or move my hand to get my motion around. But you can always just zoom out, which means that your line is going to be smaller. You don't need to actually get across as much. Fixing up my lines a little bit, because it's not supposed to be that far down. That was one of the big reasons I switched from Photoshop to something like this, because every time I was in Photoshop I had so much hard time reading my previous lines, and I couldn't really fix stuff like that very quickly. Here, by the way, we need to get this back in. Oh. Oh, don't tell me you clipped that, did you? No. Let's... Looking at you, Frederick. I know you would do something weird like that. I need to fix this part. This line looks good. We have a few weirdnesses like here, where I need to just smooth the line up a little bit, like this. This flicks from one side to the other. I don't want that. So in... here we need to focus a little bit on keeping our Consistency. Thank you so very much for the subscription, Frederick. Welcome in and enjoy your emotes. I was thinking once we're done with this GIF, I do have a few animated emotes I want to do for myself, or redo the ones I currently have for my alerts. But at some point I also need to get my animated emotes up. I have a few, but those were like something I just made on a whim. There's still a lot I need to do with it. Snap here. Where does that snap come from? I'm keeping my, I'm just using this as an example. I'm keeping my cursor over the line and see where it snaps. It snaps right here, you see? On this line here. This keeps here, and then... yeah, we found it. Actually, let's keep this one and move this. What's that about me doing? You were doing nothing. You did a thing. You did a thing. Happy for you. You did a thing. Oh, the other thing. Oh, we don't talk about that thing. Says the microwave. I see here. Can I fix it? Maybe it's fucked. I think it looks good. Now we need to fix this though. This is a problem. Lift my butt. Second part is the skirt is not flowing the way I want it. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's going too quickly here. Maybe even here we should a little bit more space. There, I find this cute. Might not be the best thing in the world, but it's cute. Oh, it's already this late, eh? Ooh. Should we fix something on the previous frame here? Here. Just realizing this neck right here. Not supposed to be there, it's supposed to be here. A little bit of a thinner neckline. That's feminine, right? Now we can also hide her arm a little bit inside of the clothing. It's getting somewhere, eh? 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 What should we do next? I'm gonna actually fix something on this one. I want the dress to look bigger. Notice if we have some wind here, that even though it blows inward, it doesn't go all the way back in here. We don't want to end up with a skirt. We want to keep that flow of that dress. If you could have one skill in your life that you could master, what would that be? If they're talking like a artistic point of view kind of thing. If you can learn to play instruments, or learn to draw, or paint, or whatever you can think of, what would that be? I would love to learn to play an instrument, me. Drawing in general. It used to be drawing for me as well. I'm more or less giving up on learning to draw now. I tell myself I cannot draw. I tell myself I can... Like, for me, this is not drawing. This is just sketching. I don't know how to finish a piece, usually. I don't know how to finish while I'm drawing and make it good, look the way I want it. I always have an issue with that. Like, for me, it feel like people say like concept art and drawings are two different things, and for me it's the same thing. I draw with a task in mind. I don't draw for making it look pretty. I don't draw it as of a artistic expression. I draw it because this is what I do. This is my task for today. It's not like I'm doing it the chore, more or less, like a job or whatever you would look it as. A medium or tool just to make it look pretty, look the way I want it to, or come up with the outcome I want. I heard that if you know how to draw a character, you can learn how to draw a 3D model. I went the opposite route. I had some knowledge about drawing, but my drawings look like shit. And then I learned modeling and character design and stuff like that. And it's a skill of the same tree. It's a branch of the same tree. All fundamentals are based on the same root, even though it's a different end result, if that makes sense. Different medium. Like, can a person who knows how to draw also paint? That's something you could think about. Does a person who draws real life or draw comics be able to draw realistic human or realistic drawings, or photorealistic drawings? Same thing with animation. Like, a person who knows 3D animation might necessarily not know 2D animation. A person who knows 2D might necessarily not know 3D. It's good to dabble in, but I said it's still animation for me. It's still animation. It's the same thing, but it's just different. I'm liking the feel of this, but I don't like it go from one side to the other. I want it to move a little bit in tandem, or together, if you may say. At least I'm feeling like I'm doing more today than I did last stream. Or last art stream. I felt like I spent 6 hours and all I did was make lines. Oh, that looks prettier. That looks prettier. I don't know if that's the correct word. But if it wasn't art, I'd rather learn how to beatbox or composing. Yeah, mine would be probably music as well. Like all my art skills, all my skills in life has always been evolving the same kind of thing. Like even if it's animation or graphics or computing or whatever I do, video editing. I do stuff because I want to learn the skill. I need it to get to one level. I have never really ventured too much outside of it. Like music would be a very different thing for me. But here I am knowing how to shoot shit and blow things up in a single specific game. Oh no. Well, that's also a thing, right? As people get earn money to do that. Okay, let's see. It's 9:40 right now, and I'm probably gonna jump off in about an hour. I don't want to get too late today. So what can we do in an hour? I could fix the ears. I could add the I could add the hair. I could do the hair. Let's do the hair. Hair shouldn't be too problematic, should it? Let's put that behind the clothing, like right here. Here. No. All this. Ponytails. Very saturated market. Yes, it tend to be, right? I have the same problem last time, didn't I? There you go. You need to grab that the darker spot on top. Okay, now we have the problem. Where do we want the hair to be? Also, what do we want to use for color? Very yellowish. I'll use orange. Or... red is orange. Let's see how does that look. Let's use that over here, shall we? So she has these puffs coming here, right? And this is where her I'm looking at the reference here. So we have scale, move. We have these long as hairs to here that goes all the way down, and we have these little puff balls here, and then the hair comes out from that. So what we want to do then, we want them to sway even more than the frills of the we want it to sway even more than the frills of the dress. And currently we are going in this direction, so this is where, if the hand is pointing that way, the hair should be pointing that way. You get my drift? You want to have like a parallel rotation. So here, the hair should probably be behind here and down. that goes down this way. Well, here we have the second here that goes this way. It's probably longer than this, isn't it? Have a curve coming up this way. Curve coming this way. Think about our S curves. A tuft that goes way, that way. Well, it's never too late to learn anything, by the way, Frederick. If you really wanna do something, go for it. Worst thing you could do is give up, right? Or not do anything. And you have a lot of time in front of you to do whatever you want to do. So we have the place here. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna this I want to oh, that's not correct. So this will be flopped up. It will, like, the here will start going down, and you will see just this bit of it this time. Down. But patient and self-control is less than lackluster. Yes, I feel you on that one. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction, aren't I? So I want my hand to go... If I was going this way or backwards, I would have drawn it where I just did. I wanted to this time actually go further up this way. Whips upwards this time. It is what it is, but unless it is what it isn't, right? It should definitely not be as long as that was. Hi Brolin, how you doing? We're talking about like what do you feel like you can and cannot do. Like I should learn to be a little bit more like less modest, I guess, for what I'm doing. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I could draw like you or animate like you," and I'm sitting here like, I'm shit, mate. I can't really say that anymore because what would that make them, right? That make me more shit? Hi Brolin, hi people. What are you playing, by the way? When did you go online? Hi Zerg. We're doing some more animation today. See here. And that is definitely not good. This here. I'm not liking this. I'm very terrible when it comes to like drag and follow through on like tails and stuff. Try that again. On my drawing, I'm drawing Kit Kat's avatar as a waving avatar. This is Kit Kat's avatar that she sent me, and I'm trying to make that into an animation where she can use that as her follow and subscription thing, like alert. You did a second raid just for that. Meanwhile, I just had no clue. Meanwhile, I have no clue what I'm doing with that. That's a lot of peeps. Yes, it is. So this is what I made the outline last stream, and now today I've been tweaking up like the movement a little bit, tweaked up the hand a little bit, and then I've added the dress. Twitch is bugging. Yeah, I know. I saw my activity feed was down. Okay, let's see here. This is problematic because I don't really know what to do with it here. So let's start with just here. Without the bobs. Needs to be a little bit bigger. What are you playing, by the way? I think I asked that earlier. What were you playing or streaming today, Brawlin? I didn't see you come online, so I actually didn't look. Did I miss it here somewhere? Yeah, here. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do just a line, so I can at least see which direction I think it's gonna be in. So, here's going up. So, let's start from an arc stream here. Here I know that here's gonna be around here. Gonna be this side. This side's gonna be with it, but it's gonna have a curl here instead. Then on the way down, gonna have the curl coming up here. This one. There was not. The problem with drawing and animating is that you have to think with both sides of your head. Like you have to think logically and creatively at the same time. And then on top of that, I need to be able to entertain you guys. So if I do get quiet once in a while, I do apologize. It's just me being too dumb to shoe and walk at the same time, really. And this is where you take over, right? We'll start up here with this here going like this. And here's gonna be points I reckon up might be soon reach 7k. Are you talking about the OG points? What are you gonna do with it? Have you saved enough for something special? You gonna make me speak Norwegian for 5 minutes or something? Quack. Okay, we've done one side, now we need to go back to the other. Got you, homie. Åh, fan. Vel, jeg vet ikke helt hva jeg skal prate om, skjønner du? Need to speak Norwegian for 2 minutes now, a whole minute. Så vi får prate på norsk. Jeg vet ikke helt hva jeg skal prate om. Jeg sitter her egentlig i mine egne tanker. Vi må få den her over på andre siden, så den må gå fra venstre til høyre. Så mens håret går liksom ene siden her, og akkurat på denne siden så går den denne veien, og her borte så må den gå til venstre. Så faktisk så kommer jeg til å endre litt her. Bob er din onkel, men jeg forstår litt, jeg fattar nog inte. Dette er din feil, dette er din feil, Sørg. Du får meg til å prate skit. Vanskelig å tegne hår. Så om jeg zoomer ut, kanskje det går bedre. Jeg kalte deg en skit, Sørg. Du og din mor. Nei, din mor er sikkert helt fin kvinne, hun altså, men... Ja, men du må lære deg dansk i stedet for du trenger ikke å lære deg norsk, så du må lære deg dansk. Dansk er bedre for deg. Pugger du noe dansk da? Teller du dansk nå? Jeg kan ikke dansk i det hele tatt. Well, that was way over a minute. Have you been learning Danish or anything, Derek, by the way? You have to go to work. Have a good stream. Thank you so much for the lurk, and you enjoy your work. Enjoy your job. See the flow we have from going one side, and we need to get that flow to go to the other side as well. I can count to 10, say yes, no, and also good morning, good night. Good morning. Good day. Bim boom bim boom boom. Here. Yeah, that's at least something, right? It's not going to be how it's going to look. This is a rough pass, which is going to be where we are. Oh, what it's going to do? It's not going to flop as much. We're going to reduce it now. Now we have at least the pendulum moment that we need, and now we need to reduce it so we make it go slower. Also just work. T 20 two 3,5 fjert, sier vi. 3,5 fart. That being a rough pass, it doesn't look too bad. Now we just need to reduce it. I'm not gonna have it all the way out here. I might say that this is the furthest extension. Like you won't move between these lines, right? That's what I'm gonna say. So it's gonna keep it, but it's too little of a head movement to get this much out of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this. And I'm going to make a new version, new layer. Here's sketch. Here. And from here we're gonna fix everything. By first of all, change in opacity. So here, for example, I like this side here. This is where we're gonna start with the here on this side. I'm gonna do it in black pass first. And here, here's gonna come down from here and do a swoop down here. Remember, it needs the thickness of it. And here. Yeah, inertia of here will be... Well, it's not really problematic if you think of it as, say, you have like the root of the hero up here, then you have a line, and you have another tangent, and another line, another tangent. And then on the next frame, this tangent will keep side here, but this will move a little bit, this will move a little bit more, this will move a little bit more. And next one, this will keep more or less the same. Very little change. And then here we will have the uprising movement. And when it goes down, the movement will sway a little bit. And the quicker it goes, the more it goes down, the quicker it goes, right? That's not going to be where it's supposed to be. It would be down here. Just continue that motion. So that's what the hair is supposed to be doing, right? But if you think of it as a line, you just need to think, this is where the anchor is. This is moving one place, and this is moving even more, and then this is moving in more. So just think of that as like a pendulum going like this. And then you got it. Then you have a second problem with the second problem would come where you have that's more or less just a follow through. That's what you call a follow through. But you also have a lead, and that is if, for example, this part here start to move. So if this moves as well over here to this point, you will snag a little bit. I'm gonna keep this moving in like an S curve down here. Here is more like a whip motion. Yeah, that's a pendulum thing, but here has motion on its own because it's stuck to the head. The head always moves. Right now the head moves from side to side. So the pigtails will never keep in one motion. It'll be up here and it'll be up here and it'll be down here. So it has a range of motion that the hair will keep to. So what will happen then, instead of just having a smooth arc, you will have a movement that causes like an S-curve to happen. And then this gets a whip motion where this will eventually have to turn out this way. So you will have a motion going like this. More or less. Goes from an S curve to straight to just a J curve. And getting that to look good is what usually does my head in. Like people call it different things, and it does different things. But it's follow through, or you call it inertia, or you call it a leading, like a lead. So the here keeps weight, right? So when he moves, it moves with it. I'll find a better curve here. This might actually not even move that much. Thinking about it. Yeah, that feels more like it. And this is where this keeps motion, but this part here starts to flick that way. So this will keep this motion, but it'll go from a curve to a J. So this part here won't really move that much. It will go up a little bit, but it will go from being a curve to a the curve to the other way. I think it's supposed to be longer, right? Way longer. Also, this curve is wrong. And that seems closer. I enjoy these kind of things. I do enjoy pendulum motion. It's satisfying for me. I don't know why. Same with the clothing. It was satisfying to make it. like the little movement it does. Time right now. I said I was supposed to get off now. But we'll see. We'll spend a little bit more time. Why not? Like this now needs a little bit of change. It's not giving the motion it needs. It needs to be further out. Yeah, that seems more like it. It's not good. This is a bad line. This need a curl. Was getting whipped here. Like here you will feel like it is flicking from this way to just go like that. Like flick from that to that side. Very quickly sometimes. Like a whip. probably not on that frame. It'll probably be down here at this point. This. And on the next frame here, the next frame you will see it flick up. On this one, on the other hand, this is where the flick starts to happen. This will come as a nice curve up here. Like that. A very long little frill here, which I don't like that much. Keep it just as that, like a little curve up and then goes back in. To continue the inertia of the this actually. As quickly as that comes, it's gonna have a resting frame here. It's gonna be a little bit further down, but it's gonna be very much on the same lean like that. But this time it's gonna lean and leave it even more of a J term here. Well, J curve, which is why I call these because they look like a J, right? Look like a J or an S or a C curve. There's different curves you have on like lines. Already starting to fall back down again. Start this S curve again. And soon, before we know it, it's already back on. The other side. And let's quickly go over, because I'm just trying to speed up things a little bit. We're not gonna finish it here today. We might have some inkling, but we're not gonna have it properly done. Now, from here... come back again. This curve is on the wrong side, it needs to be here. Getting this to look good is hard. Brain capacity gets used up very quickly when you do stuff like this. I don't have brain capacity in zombie noises. Ah, Diva, you have brain capacity. You just don't use them. I'm just joking, dude. How's your PC coming along? You getting it done? That needs to be a curve. I also set up the HD60S capture for my Switch. Cool! Did you get to, like, did you sort out, I had some audio latency problems with mine. So you might want to double check if you can sort yours as well. This is an OBS thing I found. Created a latency the way I had my audio set up. Oh, wrong layer. You can get this done before 11. Beautiful curve, but it's not for this layer. I do have the issues of how to use OBS preview window to play Switch. It's a bit small, and the chat audio. Well, I play it on my TV. I use OBS to stream the audio, but I play directly on the screen or the TV I'm using. Same with the Xbox, really. I have a Switch, HDMI switch that connects into both the Xbox and the Switch, whichever one I start with. I don't need to mess around with the capture card. That looks like something, right? I do have an issue. I might output my 50 CV, get a longer XLR cable and use tablet for chat. You could if you want to. Why not? Or you could just see if one of your monitor has a second HDMI output and just not use that monitor. Like use a secondary monitor. I mean, smaller TV or something. And now we take this here and we want to change the color of it to and then let's get the aha! So today we went from this to this. It's probably gonna be at least 1 or 2 more streams with this to this kind of setup to get it actually done. But you can see how much of an improvement now it has. Like, it looks like our drawing of the character, at least a little bit. Now we just need to add the front here, the sides, and the bangs to move a little bit. And then we're gonna fix the ears up, add some facial features, and then start doing our like the actual coloring. And yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there for today. Let's do a quick save. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you do like to watch me do more art stuff, I can see if I can squeeze them into a specific day a week, where we do like a shorter, like a shorter kind of actual project, I guess. See if we can do, like, I don't want to do like a full-scale animation. I can do something like this, like practice just line drawing or rough sketch animation, which you would call this, which is like a first pass before you actually go ahead with actually filling in your main lines. But see if you can like find something fun to do with them, something interesting, and I'm loving it. I'm not the best drawer, I'm not the best artist. I do have some knowledge about animation. And this is my first time touching in like a drawing animation tool or software. If you haven't used it yet, it's called OpenToonz, and it's free to pick up on the website. I'm not sponsoring anything. I really just want more people to animate and enjoy it as much as I do. And the more people I can get to join me on this, the more people I can ask for help when I'm stuck. Because we do have a few moments where I'm just stuck and looking through tutorials online or just forums. Thank you so very much for Frederick and everyone else that's helped me today with my problematic problems. We're gonna be back again tomorrow, by the way, and then we're gonna do some VR Pavlov as per usual. It is Wednesday. No, it's Wednesday tomorrow. It's gonna be a different small game. I can either choose to start a new game or I can do more animation. It all's gonna be up to what I feel like tomorrow. I kind of didn't want to get these art streams pushed into my usual regular stream days, but why not? Let's move this along and get this done, son. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye for now.